Yes, and that can be a topic we talk about on the Seattle Overload podcast, which is a Seahawks podcast where we're going to talk about Christian Haynes, the UConn guard. Appreciate you spending your NBA Game 7 time with us rather than the NBA. You know what? Is NBA NBA announcers good, Griff? I feel like you could
Yeah.
have us on audio-wise while watching the NBA, but the NBA announcers are kind of good.
Yeah, they actually are pretty good. The popular ones, they're pretty well revered. So
Yeah, I mean,
Harlan and
my guy's
Green,
Mike Breen, so
yeah.
yeah,
Bang!
yeah, literally,
It's
yeah,
good.
yeah. That's quite good, Griff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent,
Do you have a Breen impression?
I'm, I'm working on it.
You should.
I mean,
Bang!
there's 28
Bang!
people in here, so I don't want to. Yeah,
Hello, 28 people.
yeah,
Um,
bit nervous.
so Matty, I went on a hike today, and
No, what?
yeah, as I
That's
am
not like you. Are you feeling okay?
wont to do.
Is that why you're late for the listener?
Yes, in a sense, like
Oh dear.
there was a
Oh
domino
dear.
effect. Well, it's funny because I pushed it to 5:30, and then you pushed it to 5:45,
No, 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 no,
and
no,
then I showed up
no,
at 5:50, and then
no,
we go
no.
live at
Hold on
6.
now. Hold on
Yeah.
now.
What?
I just need to make coffee.
Oh, yeah, that's why you pushed it to 5:45, but then I showed up even past that.
Did you see the latest message in the chat, which was, "Do you need to push further?"
Yeah, no, I saw it, and that was very nice of you, and I'm evidently yes, right?
Right. You didn't need to respond in your text. You responded with your action.
Right, because I thought, well, I could message him, like, okay, or I could just fucking
Hit him, big me.
enter the lobby. Anyway.
What drink have you got there, Griff? No free ads.
No free ads. It's another like fake soda, poppy.
What flavor have we got there?
Cherry limeade.
Oh,
It's pretty good. Anyway, so Matty, I went on this hike, and I went on this hike, and I went on this hike originally. I took this particular trail like 9-10 years ago, and I got lost on it. I was by my lonesome, and I got lost on it, and it went and went and went, and then eventually it was very narrow. It wasn't very well kept, and then eventually the trail ended, and it splits off into like 4 or 5 little trails, and then at the end of each trail there are these trees that are tagged. So I figured, okay, they're clearly still working on it, so there's nowhere else for me to go, so I'm going to turn around. And I got lost on the way back because I couldn't find where the trail was, because it's going up. It's easier to identify a trail going down than it is going up. So I kept going the wrong way. Right. And then eventually I find it. For a minute there, excuse me, I'm like freaking out. Excuse me. And then thank you. And then I get back on the trail. I go home. I was pretty dehydrated. I was freaking out, to be honest with you. Pardon?
You thought you'd had it? That was the end?
I thought I was so dehydrated and lost.
Now, I'm sorry for asking this, but were you with one of your dogs?
No, I was by myself.
Oh yeah, you're done then, because you can't even eat one of your dogs. Like you're just done. Yeah.
Right. No, you're right. Or they might have eaten me. Which is
true. That would have, and realistically, they're probably the first to work that one out. No.
They would have what now?
I think they'd have gone for it before you'd gone for it.
Maybe.
Well, their dogs are very loyal. It's cats which you have to worry about, isn't it?
Right.
What is it like? I'm pretty sure a pet cat, like within a day, will just get you. You know,
if you die, and then
they're just, or maybe like half an hour. They're like,
I don't know.
They've stopped feeding me. I'm just gonna tuck in.
There are those stories of dogs like staying by their former.
Yeah,
owners.
Right.
But that also assumes they have abundance around them, food wise. They have calorie sources. Yeah. Anyway, so I went back to this trail, and the trail dies. So like I can't find where it picks up again. Like well before where it died originally. Like we're talking, there's a full half hour of hiking that I had.
That's funny, you know. Yeah. Like the trail dies and then you die. Oh.
Right. Yeah. It's foreshadowing. But I'm like climbing over trees and like fending off sticker bushes. I got my stick with me, so I'm like lifting up branches and and walking through it. It's real nature boy stuff. and then I can't find it, so I go back. But I go back and it's all good. But there were these eagles flying around, cawing really hard. And then at one point, because it's at a peak, so I'm on a peak, right?
Yes.
And they're flying overhead, and they're so close to me that I can actually hear them whooshing, like the sound of their
What?
wings whooshing against the air. These boom, boom, boom
That's amazing.
noises. Yeah, it was really cool, and they were cawing and making noises, and it was good stuff. Anyway, that's all I got.
Oh, well, I have a separate preamble thing to talk about here. Let me just close down Game 7 so we don't get done in. Right. Thank you, people who listened to the podcast last week or 4 days ago and commented on the video. Corey, in the future, unzip files using 7-zip if your operating system can't do it through the file explorer. It's just compressed to a greater degree, so uncompressing the files will fix any issues. Dan Cooper, unzip it, you zoomer. And Wicked Garden, yes, unzip it. Zoomers need to be told how to do everything. Now, this is the comment I want to talk about as well. But firstly, the zip shenanigans, right? I may have explained it poorly. Yes, I understand actually what a zip file is. And I understand you can unzip files, okay? I get that. The actual issue with my zipped files, right, which I failed to explain, is they're all individual clips. So there's like clip 1 end zone, clip 1 wide, clip 1 clock, right? So once we've gone through that once, because there's like 120 clips, it's to go backward, you just can't do it with the VLC player that I'm using. If you have a solution for that, smart asses in the comment section, thinking you're being helpful, but actually just being rude, right? Then I'm all ears.
Right.
Okay. Now, Griff, do you have anything to add on this, or shall we address?
I do.
Oh,
No,
please.
Well, it's about the Zoomer comment. Was that what you were going to segue to?
No, but please. I would like you to talk on that.
I've always thought of you as a millennial, but I guess you're right on the cusp. You're 97, right?
Ah, well. I think 97 is just inside your thing.
The Gen Z. So you are Gen
Millennial.
Z. Oh, because I thought millennial 96 was the cutoff. I'm pretty sure 97 to 2012 is Gen Z.
No. Yeah, you're right.
So so they were correct in calling you a Zoomer, but they can't call me a Zoomer because I'm a millennial.
No, and they won't.
Yeah, and they won't, or else.
Now, the other comment is we've got a bit of a beef brewing in the comments now over the Northern Lights. Such a shame to fall out over something so pretty, right? Yeah. However, wow, we've just disappeared here. I think that's the best we're going to do, though. Hold on. Look at all this. Right, yeah, we'll just do... Oh, yeah, we'll just have to do that. I don't know why I lost it. The snail is wrong about the Northern Light. This is per Photo Motion. Solar storm hits all parts of the Earth, but gets channeled towards the poles because of the Earth's magnetic field.
I knew that.
Well, you didn't say it last week.
Well, by the way... I wanted to see if Photo Motion would know it. So that's why I waited.
Nice work. By the way, 99% of people could only see these lights only through their camera. Was way too faint, even in Seattle. Nothing like what you see in Alaska, Iceland, etc.
That makes me feel way better. Thank you.
Yeah, what a great comment that is. See, all of you people telling me to unzip it, and then there's a much more reassuring, nice comment.
Yeah, and we appreciate those kind of comments.
So, yeah, keep the comments coming. Please do like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, especially when it's so useful like that. Anyway, I think that's the preamble. I'm just remembering I forgot to update my graphic with overloaders of people who donated to the show. So I'm a scumbag, but that will be done in the next show. Griff, are you suitably preambled?
Yeah, this is where you hit it.
Okay, well then, I need to get up the Seahawks schedule before I do that. So let me just little pause in play here. Chat amongst yourselves. And by the way, chat, when we do the Seahawks schedule, we're going to very accurately forecast the precise record of the Seahawks. We've been... Actually, last year we got it 100% correct. Right, Griff?
Yeah. I think Ty was the closest. I think Ty predicted 10 wins. I think I predicted 12 and you predicted 11.
Oh, cool. Why can't I just get a nice graphic of it? What? Just where's that graphic?
Graphic of from the Seahawks.
Can you just ping it into my vicinity, please?
Yeah.
As you can tell, this is a very well planned podcast. Please do like the video. That would be very useful. I found it.
Oh, there you go.
Have I? I have. Look at this. Fantastic. Right. Right, Griff, you can say it again now, and I actually will do it.
Hit it.
Welcome to the Seattle Overload podcast, where the Seahawks schedule for the 2024 NFL season has been released, and Griff and I are looking at the next Seattle Seahawks draft pick and their tape. Christian Haynes, the guard, the third-round pick out of UConn, Seattle's second overall pick from the draft. But first, we know who the Seahawks are playing, and more crucially, we now know what dates they are playing those opponents, how many primetime games Seattle has, how many Thursday night football games Seattle has, all of that good stuff. Now, schedule stuff, I feel like it's a glass half full, glass half empty exercise when you look at it. But Griff, in terms of Seattle's schedule, what kind of stands out to you on this thing?
The main consideration for me is how many outdoor games are they going to play in the colder months. If you look at Geno's numbers, his numbers in a dome are amazing. His numbers at home are really good. Mm-hmm. And then his numbers on the road, outdoor, are pretty good as well until you get to December.
Oh, great. So when you see week 13 at the New York Jets and week 17 at the Chicago Bears on Thursday night football on the day after Christmas, you have some concerns.
And both potent defenses, the Bears especially, came on strong last year.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if Robert Saleh can kind of get back the Jets to being top 5 type defense.
Right. Exactly. So, and it's mostly the pass rush. If the O-line can protect him, I think he can still make all the throws. It's just the arm talent comes down a little bit in the colder weather for him. I think ultimately we may not have enough data to really be secure in that. Only 2 seasons, right? 2 months of play in each of those seasons.
Yep.
But that's more what I'm seeing. I'm generally optimistic for the same reasons I was optimistic last year and the year before. They should be a winning team. I mean, they should be a winning team, even if I just think there's too much going for them in general. However, the main caveat being with a new staff, there's just variance. Even if the staff is good, you're still prone to variance. So something funky could happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, though?
I don't know. The start of the season, playing week 1 versus the Denver Broncos to open, which is kind of weird, right? Because they did that 2 years ago. Maybe the NFL could have changed it up a bit more, but anyway. Then at the Patriots, 2 teams with quarterback situations that, it's not unfeasible to start the season 2-0. I think I'd be slightly disappointed if those games are not won by Seattle. At this point in play, looking at those rosters, and also, Denver's at a very weird spot where I don't know what they're in right now because they have a franchise quarterback contract on the books, but they don't have a franchise quarterback or the guy they're paying to be a franchise quarterback. And then the Patriots are in a very weird shift, new regime, or even more radically different to what Seattle's going through this year with less talent on there. So that's a nice start to the season. But then I can look at it the other way, where again it's that kind of glass half empty approach, where 4 of the last 6 games being on the road's difficult, including 2 Thursday night football games, and that second Thursday night football game being you having to travel to Chicago, which we just spoke about. But traveling to Chicago, you're going to miss Christmas at home. Like, that sucks. And then your other Thursday night football game is, it's versus the 49ers. Obviously, it's a short week for them too, but less time to prepare for a very important divisional opponent. I don't know. Ultimately, the teams that they're playing right now don't look too strong, other than the individual teams. But I could talk myself into, the Bears. Well, we'll know a lot about how good Caleb Williams is by that point in the season, won't we?
Yeah.
Whether Shane Waldron is it or not. But, like Broncos, Patriots, you should be winning. Who knows what the Falcons are like this year. But that's getting into the teams. In terms of the actual, construction of the schedule, I think those are the main things. The easy start, but then that difficult end, and combined with the Thursday night football thing. Anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing stands out really in that sense. I do think the choice to open with the Broncos is weird.
I don't understand. What's the storyline there? I guess old AFC West, right? But is that it?
Maybe.
Could you really not have a more interesting matchup?
Yeah, maybe we were just the afterthought this year. I don't know. They had to prioritize other ones. I'm sure every year there's an opening one where you're like, that's weird. We just happened to not be it, but now we are.
Yeah, and I guess looking at all of the teams, other than a divisional team, which opening with a divisional game is just not a thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know any of those teams, which is interesting. Maybe the Giants with Drew Lock back, but that's not a guarantee, right?
Drew Lock revenge game.
A Drew Lock revenge game. Yeah, I don't see anything there which stands out to me, which is part of Mike McDonald being so young as well. And then, a Geno Smith Jets revenge game. Why couldn't they have done that?
Yeah, well, we already have one of those, right?
What do you mean?
Geno's played the Jets.
That's right. You're right. So, yeah. New storylines to be established for Seattle. Anyway, last thing on this. What game are you most looking forward to out of division?
Game I'm most interested in looking forward to out of division would probably be the Dolphins, honestly. It's only week 3, but the Dolphins are built to do everything to any team the same way the 49ers are.
Right. So it's a good sort of forecast of things to come.
Right. They're just very talented. It would quickly. So the first 6-8 weeks, you're throwing caution to the wind because again he's trying to get his defense on a new team with a completely new coaching staff off the ground. So I'm not going to read too much into it, but it would still quickly illuminate that game what the talent ceiling really is, and what you can and can't do with, again, I'll just keep saying it, to the interior of the back 7. So safeties and linebackers, and they could surprise us and they'd be like, oh, they actually have the guys to do everything they want to do because they pepper the middle of the field. So we'll see. I think that's what I'm most intrigued by. How about you?
That's an interesting one. Just thinking about that Dolphins game as well. It might rain in Seattle, but it sucks that's not later in the year for Seattle as well. Hosting the Dolphins. Ideally, you'd want that in a colder, wetter period. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Jamie, you can get timed out, buddy. You can pass out.
You banned him. Oh no, Matty, you're making enemies.
Yeah, Jamie gave me the excuse. Lions, I guess. Can they just completely own the lines again? Can Gino go off again in that zone?
Can they win a third shootout
And it's Monday Night Football, which is fun. It'll be prime time, September 30th.
in a dome?
Yeah,
That'll be very funny.
hell yeah.
That'll be very
And
funny.
a week 10 bye week, which is a
That's
normal
good.
bye week for the first time in a couple of years. I
Yeah.
guess, 2022 was fairly normal, right? But it came after Germany,
Right.
so there was some,
Right.
Well, that's the schedule. Okay, Griff.
Is the schedule?
Are you a schedule guy, not a schedule guy?
Yeah, hard C. Or hard C.
Okay. Excellent.
Schedule.
Excellent.
I do
Right.
appreciate how you guys don't give up on that bit, pronouncing it schedule instead of schedule. You guys are really serious about that.
Yeah, I mean it's a French word, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we like to, Americanize things over here. All right.
Hey, chat. Griff found out we have in the village we have a lollipop person. We have the lollipop man or the lollipop lady.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is it because the sign they're holding looks like a lollipop? Is that the idea?
Yes. And in this country, much more lollipop-like, right? But I don't know if you saw the sign. It's very lollipop-y. Not like in America where it's boring.
In America, I think the term we have for them are crosswalk guards.
Yeah, see, that sounds ridiculous.
That
sounds like it's a real job.
Matthew. I mean, we take it a little more seriously, I think.
Well, yeah, and think about it, right? In Britain, they're in a village. They're doing that for like one car and there's like a duck walking across a pond, right?
Right.
Except
right.
in America, that's like interstate, right? Yeah.
No. Other freeways
on I-5, just stepping out.
Yeah, that would be very funny.
That's what it sounds like, calling them a whatever guard. Sounds severe.
Guard. Yeah, no, you're right. It sounds way more intense. And they're kind of out of vogue right now too. They're more common near schools. Like I remember them, middle school, high school.
What do you mean then? Obviously, they're more common near schools. What, did they used to be dotted around everywhere?
Well, you said they have them in the random villages. We don't just have them
for the school children.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. You think
well, I just
can't
thought
cross
like
the road?
Well, it was like a nice public service. I mean, you can press a button where the light flashes yellow, or you can get the walking man, or like the red hand, right? You can go. I thought maybe you guys were analog and didn't have like the light. You did it manually with a person.
In Germany, jaywalking is illegal, and if you jaywalk in Germany,
they get really pissed off. Right?
Oh, mate, don't. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
They need to calm down.
What, Germans?
Yeah, about jaywalking.
Okay. Right, Christian Haynes against Tennessee. Wait, we're sure about it against Tennessee? Griff, I'm gonna have to do it.
Yeah, come on, let's just get onto the tape.
Bang!
No, another one. Matty, you're a tyrant.
All right, so Griff, what are you hoping to see from Christian Haynes?
What do I hope to see from Christian Haynes, or what?
Or expecting like from this game. I mean, obviously, this game we picked it. It's from 2023 UConn. At Tennessee, and John Schneider highlighted it in his post-draft press conference, just the level of competition thing. Now, UConn did also play teams, like some other good teams, right? Like dotted around, but this is kind of the most recent SEC opponent. So yeah, what are you hoping to see?
Right. So, like Schneider said, with UConn, there's a lot of quality of opponent concerns. So, for his play not to drop off, or even for one of his best games to have been Tennessee, is really encouraging. Because Tennessee, like every guy is a real player, even if they're not, a first round pick.
Right.
On the D line, it's NFL caliber, enough NFL caliber talent. The guys that aren't NFL caliber talent, he utterly dominates. So there he is, 64 right guard. He's got a tight 3 technique.
This is a great opening rep, by the way. This is the thumbnail for a reason, because it shows his athleticism out in space, right?
Yeah.
And his ability to. I mean, Griff mentions the type 3 tech, because he's trying to scoop combination this on the backside of outside zone, and his assignment is to reach block this guy, so seal him here. But if he's tighter aligned to him, then that gives him less room to work with. It makes it a harder block. Not only does he do that, kind of pass it on to the tackle, then he has the presence of mind to go, oh, I'm going to climb up to this guy.
Yeah.
And
he's real comfortable climbing. Well, one thing when during the draft process, when people discuss linemen, they always talk about, like, the good ones, how good they are climbing to the second level. Look how nimble they are out in space. But to me, that's really, like, I don't feel like there's enough emphasis on how they move the 300-pounder right in front of them. There are a lot of guys that can climb when they get a free climb. And yeah, they're all going to look good if they test like an NFL athlete.
Right.
It's way more important is, are you actually getting displacement on your immediate assignment? And that's something that he does routinely. And he's a good climber.
Yep.
But like Jason Kelsey is getting into the Hall of Fame, not because he can go pick off Mike linebackers. It's because he's moving nose tackles and guards with ease,
Yep. And I should also say with this tape, thank you very much to the person who sent it. Obviously, I'm not going to say your name, but I appreciate you for that.
So immediately puts the guy on the ground. So this is what I was talking about. He has so many different ways to stall power, and a lot of college guards come out, if they're good at it, it's just because they have the strength to do it. But then that strength doesn't catch up right away in year one. So the fact that he has different ways, he doesn't just drop the anchor, but he can actually drop their hands, get them off balance like he does here.
Right, he's kind of feeling how he's being rushed as well. Like he kind of knows this guy's a bit of a lunger, and he's going to play over his skis a bit, so he can use that against him.
Right. So he can hedge against maybe his college strength not adapting 1-to-1 right away. Whereas with Damian Lewis, like, it took him like year 2, year 3 for his anchor to catch up to bull rushes, because he was great against bull rushes at LSU. It just took him a while. In the NFL now, he's good against the bull rush. But I think Haynes is just more complete.
Right. So this is an interesting example now, because we've got 3rd and 8, and this is the type of stuff that NFL teams will, when they look at pass rushers, when they look at offensive line, they will watch just the whole cut up of passing down. Now, 3rd and 8 is passing down, so expected passing down, and it's where you can really get because scheme can kind of account, and weird stuff can kind of account for, like, a lot of plays, but in the true passing downs, there's less of a hiding place. That's just you isolating, like, how good is that guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's our first 3rd and 8 from Christian Haynes here. So he's playing the right guard still. Now, the other thing to mention is all 49 of his college starts came at right guard. Something we spoke about before. He did play some left guard at the Senior Bowl, mainly in the one-on-one period. We do have a cut-up of the Senior Bowl that I put together as well. Now, they run the ball here, which is a bit disappointing. So we don't actually get that pass pro rep. But another example of how he's able to reach block guys here. But yeah, the Senior Bowl at left guard, he looked okay. I think really he's expecting to start off in Seattle as a right guard. I don't think they'll overload him too much. But this is again good feel of how he's being played here. He gets the inside pad and just shoves the guy down.
He knows he's not going to be able to reach him, so he just completely knocks him out of the play. He also knows that he has an A-gap bubble, right?
Yes, hitting there, yeah.
So he knows that if I can just clear him out, the A-gap is right there.
And him being a 6th-year player?
Yeah.
His age does show up. Like, he's played a lot of football. Those 49 starts I mentioned. Just his savvy.
Durable, too.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, he's just got a feel for the position that is present on all this tape.
Got one of those Tuffy dog toys, and my dog has already destroyed it.
Nice. I don't even know what a Tuffy dog
It's
toy
supposed to be
is.
one of those indestructible.
Get your money back.
Yeah.
So here, a nice job of anchoring and staying square, and again just pulling the guy down.
That's crazy. I mean, he's
I mean, he kind of owned this Tennessee D tackle.
Yep.
Throughout the game. And a very good finisher.
What's so cool about this is that he loses the initial hand placement battle. The tackle gets inside hands on this. And so he ends up catching him, right? Like you don't want your hands to be on the shoulder pads outside with their hands in your chest. And he's able to
reset, he wipes it off, it off and reestablishes it.
That's really impressive. I mean, that's totally, that is adapting on the fly right there.
Yep. Yeah, he's very polished, right?
Yep.
And also the Senior Bowl, that showed up against those guys as well. When he played right guard, I don't think he had a single bad rep. Like, he was pretty dominant. Now, this I'm hoping is an example, but against like wider aligned 3 techniques, there's a slight issue for him. And also against tackle end type games, which does show up in this game. I think, well, hang on, what's the down and distance here? So this is a 3rd and 8, and they're going to pass. I actually think this is the screenplay, isn't it? Yeah. So this is so this is actually a good, pretty solid rep from him.
Yeah.
But I don't know if yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he adapts in the NFL to the wider angles that he'll get in passing downs.
Yeah. You don't want the looper, the guy who comes over the stunt, to get too much depth, but I think he also knows the ball is coming out pretty quick.
Right. So this is, again, more really impressive athleticism out in space and aiming points.
Yeah.
To not overrun this, there's a lot of control to his game. Like, he's playing within his frame here. It'd be very easy to lunge and whiff and miss, but that's very controlled. Great hand placement inside the frame.
He's staying square the whole way. I mean, that's pretty impressive movement skills. It's been 5-6 snaps, and almost every one of them is like a highlight play for a guard.
Yeah, we're straight up just watching this through, and it's been perfect.
Like you might hunt for these plays, to put together for a cut up, from one game, and be like, look at this, the game so and so had, but we're talking the first 5 minutes of this one,
Right, and again, here's the finishing. Not only does he give up here, but give up on this guy here, but then he comes. He keeps blocking him down the field and ends with a forearm. Like, unnecessary, but it's that type of mindset you want from your offensive line.
Yeah.
And, he makes the crucial block on this screenplay. Like, if he doesn't make that block, that's a tackle at maybe 5 yards. But he's securing the alley there. Now, UConn, they're mainly a zone run team. This is a reverse play, trick play. But they sprinkled in some pulls. Haynes pulled a bit. They also had duo. I think they had a very, not very versatile, but a versatile enough run game in a way that will appeal to Scott Huff, right? The offensive line coach, and also Ryan Grubb, and the type of diverse run scheme we're expecting in Seattle, where there'll be multiple, like they were at UW. another impressive rep here of understanding it's a wide type of stretch run with an RPO attached. And okay, in terms of how the 3-tech rushes into this RPO lane, the passing lane, not the best. But if the ball had been handed off, this is a perfect block, and the ball it still gets there. So this is the first kind of tackle end issue, though. I'd speak almost. This is more on the actual offensive tackle, right, Griff?
Yeah, maybe sets too wide. The tackle turns pretty easily. If he didn't turn, if he was more square, he would have been able to help on the guard more.
And then just delay the whole thing a bit.
Right, because he ends up taking both bodies with him. Haynes does.
Right, which that shouldn't be the case. The tackle should almost stay square to almost get this guy off Haynes so that Haynes can work back quicker, right?
Yeah.
It's just too slow, the tackle. Is that tripping? No. Face mask?
Yeah. So he tries his usual trick. That's pretty good recovery from the tackle, honestly, but
tries to talk him over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tackle did well to recover for that face mask. I think we're going to see duo here. So, interestingly, I don't know if that's actually what he calls it, but Ryan Gubb called this play power without the puller. You're going to get lots of double teams at the point of attack. So, bang, 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 or bang. Now, the key really for this guard is, can he climb up to that mic?
Yeah.
Which we kind of get. We saw Haynes also looking pretty good at minicamp, working on stuff like this. What, in the 1940s? Okay. And it's worth mentioning as well that Haynes tested, like, his athletic testing was, I think it almost gets overlooked because there was so many, it feels like, athletic guards in this cycle.
Yeah.
But he was the 144th most athletic offensive guard per Kentley Platt's relative athletic score in the history of that since 1987.
All right.
9.10 RAS, with the standout number being 33-inch vertical and a 5.03 second 40 at 317 pounds.
I really think just the tackles overshadow the guards in the class.
Right, and yeah, and that's another thing. In a different draft, it's somewhat surprising Haynes lasted to when he did anyway, but in a different draft, you'd think as well he'd be a second round pick easily, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's just a weird draft, or just a unique draft. Weird may not be the right way of describing it, but so tackle heavy in the first rounds, and then it's just positional value. And this is kind of what John Schneider was talking about when he said guards are overdrafted and overpaid, right? The fact you're able to get someone like Haynes in the third round is really what his point was there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Griff, when we took him in that mock draft, I think it was very early in the second round after we traded down.
Yeah, with Washington, I think.
Yeah, you said you weren't too much of a fan of a certain aspect of his game. Can you remember what that was?
I remembered him. I went back and tried. I think it was Boston College. I was trying to find the game. He gave up the outside a little bit, but that was it. Only happened
wide angle again.
Yeah, wide angle, but I don't think it was a foot speed issue. It was just like technique, just being maybe too confident in his long arm and giving it up. when he didn't stab early, I never saw him give up the outside. So I think it was purely local to that. Here he is putting a guy on the ground again. That's insane. I mean, that's a terrible rep from the tackle. He comes out really low, too low. He's stumbling, but he reads that right away. Haynes does, and
Yeah,
he
great hand placement again.
He pronates the hands immediately, right?
Yep. And all while within that, the feet coming with the hands.
Yep.
All right, so what do we have here? I thought we were going to get a passing down. 2nd and 11.
Just giving help on the slide.
Yep. Against a 2-eye.
I like that he is able to engage the guard on that pass rep and still get eyes on the edge.
Yeah, the kind of calmness of understanding you can do a bit more there when that guy went to the center, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even talk. All right, getting out in space again. Now here he kind of gets done in by the back. Yeah. Like the back needs to. Well, I understand his decision to do that, but he's blocking like he expects the back to run like that. So that's always tough. I mean, really, the back should have run like that, right? Like, come on now. Yeah. We've got this. Press the hip of this guy. Don't dance in here.
Right.
Yeah, this is on the back. Yeah, you can see.
He makes it easy on the linebacker or the corner. Yep. There's 3 blockers, 4 gaps. You got to make better use of that. 4 gaps for 3 defenders right there.
So now we've got a 3rd and 7. Got away with a false start. It's interesting how they're blocking this.
Yeah.
Away from the slide, blocking on almost a 1, right?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's not an easy set.
So he's one-on-one chat with this dude, and this guy is lined up tight to the center, so he's got to go a heck of a way because that's still the A gap, right? Closest path to the quarterback.
Right. So it closes the distance pretty quick.
Yeah.
His reaction time off the snap is good. Like, like ball get off, but for the guard.
Right, with the cadence.
Yeah.
Yeah. They keep trying to get that reverse play popping. Now, this is a crazy rep as well, reaching a 1.
Yeah,
that's crazy balance as well here.
Yeah, that really is. You've got the A gap player almost in the C gap at that point. How many yards did they pick up?
It should be more, but I don't think they actually get in. I think they had like 2 or 3. There's some issues they have front side, right?
Yeah. The left guard loses 55 late, I think.
Yep. Now I've got 3rd and 18, so this is like uh-oh.
So again, he's not getting challenged by like a 3 technique speedster.
No, they're going speed to power.
Yeah.
Or even there, he's not even doing anything.
Yeah, he's just setting up the game. Yeah.
Yeah. We do get some tackle end examples after, so we'll try to find them. Okay. It'd be nice to see the opposite angle of this. This is like the guy gets his hands in the chest first and he's unable to get them off, right?
Right. Yep. So it's again, like he's catching them. He can't land his hands first. So
Yeah.
that will happen with him.
Yeah.
But it would happen to any guard if you don't land your hands right. It doesn't matter how strong you are. And obviously he's not able to sweep the arms down like he did before, like you were saying.
Yeah. And it's a tough blocking assignment on a shaded nose to play like that.
Yeah.
So, in terms of Haynes as a pass protector, and I know we've just watched this, but from what you've seen as well,
Yeah.
is he better than Bradford coming out?
Yeah.
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 He just
I
is
like
a different type of athlete as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, Bradford was a fourth round pick for a reason, and his strengths were more the run blocking department, right? And then he's
Yeah.
kind of projecting what you think you can coach in the pass pro side.
Yeah, especially because he played tackle, it just didn't translate to guard.
Right. Right. And there was kind of the idea of like, oh, well he's a tackle convert to guard. Maybe he'll look better there. And then it's like, the feet are still slow. They're kind of heavy. Big second year for Bradford, because obviously he's going to get pushed big time by a third round pick at right guard. And they also have signed, multiple vets at the guard spots in Laken Tomlinson, Tremaine Ancrum. I know one of those guys is going to be a backup, but point being, yeah, I just don't know if Bradford's got it, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
I like how this first step is square. He's not opening the gate immediately. Like, it'd be very easy to hinge immediately, and then you're not square, and so you're allowing him to come flat. But this step here is fairly flat, which prevents that, and really seals the back door. Okay, so I wish we saw a pass here.
Yeah.
Sprint out.
That's the problem with Connecticut. There isn't enough drop back in the offense. And that is something I think about with Haynes, adjusting to guards when they can put forth a rush plan, because they'll be passing more in Seattle.
Right.
Like the strategy, game theory.
Well, let's stick on the let's find a tackle end example, and then let's stick on the Senior Bowl.
Okay.
Quickly, because I have got the pure drop back stuff. I'm trying to think where the tackle end game is. Well, how is this for? Oh dear, that center didn't have a good time there.
Nope.
Speaks to the trust they had in him to slide the guard to the nose. Each time he's the guy, right? Okay. I don't know why I can't find the tackle end game.
Generally, he's alert for them, though.
Yeah, he's alert. It just seems like the technique to get out there or react could do with some work.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring up the Senior Bowl 1 second. Now, the Senior Bowl, you're up against people like Braden Fisk, Michael Hall. The American team had some intriguing, like, quick rushers, so in theory, we should be getting that type of speed rush. wide rushing 3 technique type angle. Honestly, though, with guards, I don't know how people, break it down, get love out of it.
Yeah.
It's a guard. It's a very unglamorous position. Right, so let's get to the. Well, do you want to watch one-on-ones or do you want to watch drop back?
Let's watch drop back. One-on-one 3
You
technique.
don't even value it.
It's
You
just
hate
not.
it.
It's not informative enough. It's more so for them than it is for the coaches.
They're playing right guard here.
Yep.
They do run the ball a tiny bit, but it's like the idea is it's passing downs.
That's a great rep right there.
Yeah, that's against a 2-eye. A really good resetting of the feet, right?
And look at the hand. The hands are. Yep, indeed. And the hands are inside all the way.
Yep. Yeah, that's impressive. You get a nice little reverse angle here.
Got him on the ground again. He's dropping a knee again.
Yeah. So that's kind of, it looked like it was going to be an overset.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
But in actual fact, there's a lot of control and hand placement. And look how he's resetting the hand here. Up high, then coming down to the low, underneath.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's to the slide. I guess that's what he's going for there. The one annoying thing about the Senior Bowl is they seem to get matched up with the same guy each time. And obviously that's kind of what they're looking for from the practices. Also, your guy, Spencer Rattler, Griff, in the Senior Bowl, oof.
Was he stinky? What did he do?
Like, I would straight up, I'd be out on him after.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He was doing absolutely crazy stuff. And he was just taking off. Rather than throwing it away, or he was just taking off.
That's not good.
No, it wasn't good.
That's not good. That's very unlike him too at South Carolina.
Here we go. Getting out in space.
He's really good at pacing himself out when he gets out in space, so he doesn't overrun or underrun.
Right, his understanding of where his feet need to be, like the tempo or pace, as you said, and the angle that is required.
And then how he gets square super late too.
Yeah.
Like right there, how he gets square right at the end.
Yeah.
That was an insane throw. As in like a crazy decision. What are you doing, son?
Yeah, that type of thing, I think they'd just be like, hell nah. Because that was cover 3 as well. Oh no, cover 1, I think. So maybe that's why he threw it. But yeah. Come on, give us a 3 technique. See, I cut this up, but I didn't. Here we go. Fisk is a 3.
Of course, it's a run game.
And then it's boot.
Frustrating, man. The scouts are probably hunting for B-gap rushes.
The one rep, yeah. Well, we can go back to the one-on-ones if need to be.
It's all right. Here we go.
This Auburn guy had a tough time against him. Now he's playing left guard. So, how early would you try and move him to left guard, Griff? Probably not year 1, right? It's not really fair.
Yeah.
And then if he's playing really well at right guard, or do you just draft the left guard?
I would just try to go find a left guard, man. Like,
Right.
there's the only reason why they moved Lewis to left guard is because they traded for Gabe Jackson, who had only been right guard.
People forget that.
He had been left guard his first 2 seasons, but then he switched pretty quickly. And then at that point, Lewis just was comfortable at left guard, and he was fine at left guard.
See, what is this from Rattler?
Gets batted down, yeah.
Come on.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good. Pretty good.
He shuffles really well for especially a guy that's high cut. He shuffles without losing his balance.
Yeah, and is resetting all the time. That's what I kind of mean by being within his frame, right? Like you're gonna lose your balance if you get over your skis. You get outside of your cylinder, right? But he's always shuffling within it, as you said, and matching the feet with the hands.
Yeah, and it feels like you'd think he would play more imbalanced because he's kind of high cut, but he's not.
Right.
It's just unique. He's kind of built like KJ Wright if KJ Wright beefed up to play guard.
You wanna ask him to play the boundary curl flat?
Yeah, hey. But couldn't be worse at the moment. So he's not in anymore?
No, he is. He's playing left guard.
Oh, that's what you just said, though. So setting to a 3 technique for real, right?
Yep. Not the worst rep.
Yeah, I would
slide.
I think he turns a little too much.
He does, yeah. You can tell he's a bit unfamiliar with it.
Yeah.
Like usually this is his inside foot, obviously.
Right.
When he's playing on the right. And you can tell that's what he's used to using, but really he needs to be using this foot to stay square. And he's almost overdoing it with this foot.
Right.
It's my advanced offensive line analysis.
The right foot gets to almost at a 45-degree angle too early.
Yeah.
But it's still an effective rep just because the traits.
Yeah. Now, Dave 3 was the red zone stuff, and Dave 3 I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was tired or, it's a long process or he was just over trying, but he just seemed to be like not just a bit behind things. Not doing his best stuff, That's kind of a it's a fine rep. How do you think Fisk is going to do with the Rams?
I don't know because
you didn't like the idea of him, right? Now, part of that was just fitting that in Seattle was just such a difficulty.
He's really bad against the run.
Right.
But and also his pass rush wins are really impressive, but he doesn't really. He just kind of wins with like a stutter counter swipe, and then he gets vertical immediately. It's not like he doesn't run curved angles ever, and I just feel like you can't win with that one trick pony that frequently in the NFL. You have to have a more well-rounded game. So he's going to have to try to improve, because then his best stuff won't be as potent if you don't.
Yeah.
It's like with LJ Collier. I was always so confused why didn't the bull rush at least translate? And the reason why the bull rush didn't translate is because he didn't have anything else to supplement the bull rush with, so they could just over prepare for the bull rush.
Yeah, because whenever I hear about the Rams defense, people are saying like, "Oh, they're gonna have to stunt loads and all that." So it's like, I don't know how much you can stunt, like.
Yeah, even so, like if you have to stunt a lot to generate pass rush, you're not in a good situation.
No, it's not like it's a headache.
You need guys to be able to win.
Right.
Like when a scouting report says really good as the stunter or a looper on stunts, I'm immediately like, well, that's not a good sign. That one of the nicest things you can say is that they're good on stunts, when the whole point is the stunt is supposed to free you up via scheme. You
This
know?
is right, right. This is beautiful resetting the hands here. So you see how he's got the high arm playing with the right arm playing,
Yeah.
keeping himself square and
Yeah, yeah.
long.
Look at the post foot, the inside foot,
Yeah, yeah. And then
and
he
then turn.
resets to then having this as the high hand, which is latched on, and resetting to put the right arm in the chest and stay long and square. That's a pretty damn good rep, and then tosses him away at the end. Here's
Yep.
the other angle. You might be able to see him. No, it's not the best view. Oh well.
So sometimes, it's easy to get so lost in the technique of the player you're watching. But a good exercise is always to think, well, pretend you're scouting the other player. What do you think of the other player's rep? And then that crystallizes it pretty easily.
That's a good point. Yeah,
And
like
it's
here, this guy gets absolutely
like if you're like,
trampled.
what's your impression of, if you're trying to think, what's my impression of Haynes right now? Well, what's your impression of 92?
Right.
So Haynes is dominating him through that lens.
Yeah, 92 was dominated.
Like I think a coach would have some comments about Haynes's technique here,
Right.
but still, it's making it work in a new environment where nobody knows anybody. And then again, it's also a drill, not a live game. So, but it's like the traits are so evident. Like he is a strong man, like real deal strength. Like that's NFL strength, and no wonder he's 23, 24, right? So
Yeah. And I think this is the play where the LSU guy, is it Jefferson, lost his temper and snatched his helmet off because he was so annoyed.
yeah,
I mean, because he loses the rep and then he gets tossed away with
yeah,
the finishing again.
yeah. Tensions are hot.
They're competing.
And see, the thing though is that like the San Francisco's interior D line is a little soft in terms of anchor. Like they're obviously vertical, right? But they're
Right,
very
they just get vertical, yeah.
so Haynes hopefully can bring some dog to the line, And although Timmy's a 320-pound center, I know they couldn't do it, but like an interior of Lewis, although Timmy and Haynes, I would have been really excited to watch. But
Oh, Darius Robinson.
yeah, our guy Darius.
Where did he go?
Where did he go? See, I think Haynes does a good job running his angle off. But
Yeah,
the way Chop bends his back and gets his bull rush going again,
just with his toes in the ground. Like what?
it's such a peculiar rush, but like it kind of
It
works.
works. Like
Like
he's walking him back.
I've never seen a 3 technique rush look like that in a game before, but like it's a good show for both of the players and their traits, right?
Because I feel he's trying to snatch him down, right? He's
Yeah.
trying to do the snatch down, but Robinson's just got the hands in the. He just doesn't let go. He's like, "You're not snatching me down." And it also speaks to the fact that his pad level here is actually, like he's connecting with his feet in the ground.
Yeah.
There's good lean. He's playing center here, so
Very unusual for him.
Yeah.
So this is finally where his kind of high pad level shows up being a problem.
Yeah, when he has to snap the ball.
Right. You have to be so low, come out so low.
Yeah, and he's just not.
He's not really on that center up. He's not really rising or exploding through his hips at all.
Right.
That's a very good rep to mirror the counter. Sets to the 3 tech and then left foot slides a little bit. It gets a little underneath him, but still really good.
Yeah, very good recovery.
Tries to transition to that kind of a rip move the 3 technique does, and he does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he clubs that away, basically. No, we don't want to see that rep. We want to see this rep, don't we? Yeah. So would you be disappointed if he isn't starting by, say, week 8
Oh yeah, I mean, I expect him to start week 1. I would be
at right guard?
Yeah, I'd be disappointed if he's not starting right away.
Well, that is interesting.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
but do you expect him to be?
No, I'd be a bit surprised. I'd be concerned if he wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat as you. Yeah, I think it's a really interesting pick. There's no medical things that we know of, which is why he fell. It's just the way that the draft fell. Like,
yeah. Well, if there weren't 10 tackles taken in the top 40,
as we've said,
then
yeah. So really, it's kind of, having watched that back, it's again an emphasis on them. Their first 2 picks of the draft, which we've just looked at, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Did about as good as you could do without trades. So,
Really, yeah.
Good work.
It was definitely one of like the 3 ideal scenarios happened for them.
Yeah.
Murphy Haynes.
Fantastic.
Good stuff. All right, great.
There you go. We love it.
Yeah.
We'll chat.
Chat, do you have any questions?
Chat, what questions do you have? While you ask your questions, remember, if you want to support the show, like the video. It's free to do that. Please do that. Comment, subscribe to the channel. Follow Griff on Twitter at @CMikeSpinMove. Follow me at Matty F Brown. Follow the podcast at Seattle Overload, where we'll tell you when we're going live, vaguely. We'll be back probably Wednesday, Thursday with...
What are we going to talk about? Do we
Barner?
Oh, AJ Barner. We could do we could zoom through...
DJ James.
Should we look at the corners? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I actually like DJ James, so that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Jumbo asking, do you think Bradford has a chance at left guard, or is he a backup now? I think Bradford at left guard would be an even worse, like that.
Well, didn't he play left tackle though at LSU, or was it right tackle?
I've always right tackle.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I don't want to give up on Bradford completely because I'm still intrigued by the idea of him, But yeah, I mean, we'll let him compete with Lake and Tomlinson, right? Yeah. And Laumea. That's right, Mojumbo.
Yeah, we'll have.
Well, he did play left tackle. Okay, I actually thought I saw him. So the footwork.
I don't know why I thought right.
I think he played both. But his that might in part might be why he wasn't as good at right guard, because he's more used to left-footed footwork or left side footwork.
Yeah.
Brandon asks, what have we seen from Oluwatimi to feel like he can be a competitive center? Well, it's mostly rooted in the fact that
he's big.
Well, yeah,
he didn't look out of place when he got his limited action last
season.
No,
he was totally inoffensive.
He wasn't getting turned. There's nothing flashy, but
solid. It's mostly rooted in the fact that he was a good center in college. He was not just a good college center, but a good NFL prospect.
He was the best college center per the award that they give out to the best college center, which I forgot the name of.
I remember when I went back and watched him more in depth, I thought, what really separates him from Whitebler and Tittman? Like John Michael Schmitz, yeah, I get that. And even then, he didn't have a good rookie year.
Right.
Which is, it's hard for...
But like in terms of the rounds they went, it's like...
Right. Yeah. So Oluwatimi, to me, is just because it was a rookie. Evan Brown was a serviceable center when not on the injury report. So he's a veteran and understands all the calls and everything. So just get Oluwatimi in there.
That's the other factor, as Brandon mentions, Bradford being younger than Christian Haynes. Like, Haynes isn't old. That's just how it is. So in terms of ceiling, maybe he's just a solid guard. But then I don't know. Like I don't know. Well, there you go.
There you have it.
There you go. If you want to donate to the stream, always appreciated. There's a Stripe link in the description, which does probably suit us better because, so you know, if you're giving your hard-earned money over to us, much appreciated, YouTube takes 30% of it. We get 70%. Stripe is a bit friendlier in terms of the split. So
Also, if Matty banned you, he was just joking.
I didn't ban anyone. I put them in a timeout.
No. How long was the timeout?
Well, I don't know about that. Forever. You've taken some time out. All right. We'll be back Tuesday, Wednesday. Thank you so much, chat. We appreciate you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.